Hey everyone, thanks for checking out this video. My name is Travis. I'm the creator of the Master the Market education that you can find linked below in the description. And this is going to be a video going over level 2 and time and sales. And throughout this video, we're going to kind of start with the basics, and I'm going to explain to you how you can use level 2 and time and sales to actually improve your trading and to help you find the best entries and exits on your trades. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get started right away with the first thing, which is what is level 2? So level 2 is essentially just an order book for stocks that's going to show you the buyers and sellers in real time, along with the price, the number of shares, and the route that was used for their order. So basically this is going to look pretty much the exact same regardless of which trading platform you're using. You can see I have 3 examples down at the bottom of what level 2 is going to look like. We have Interactive Brokers, Thinkorswim, and eTrade Pro. And you can see that their designs are a little bit different with each platform, but overall the level 2 is going to look pretty much the exact same. Okay, so the main things that make up the level 2 are really split up into the left side and the right side. Now the left side we have all of the bids, and on the right side we have all of the asks. So the bid is going to be the buyers, and that is going to represent really the demand for the stock. And on the other side of the spectrum, the ask is going to represent all of the sellers, and that's going to really tell you the supply for that stock in real time. So anytime you place an order to buy or sell, that order is going to be shown on level 2. And it's going to show you exactly where your order to buy is at, as well as how many shares you're planning on buying. And not only you can see that, but other traders that are watching level 2 for that stock can also see that order until it's canceled or until it's filled. So with that being said, in a way you can kind of think of level 2 as a visualization of the real-time supply and demand for a stock. And really this is very important for trading because supply and demand is kind of the sole reason for stocks going up and down. And what I mean by that is if there is a ton of demand for a stock, meaning there's tons of buyers lined up at a specific price, and there's not very much supply, so there's not many sellers at that price, all of that demand is going to push the stock price higher and higher until the supply starts to outweigh the demand for the stock. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that level 2 can actually be manipulated in quite a few ways. One way specifically is that orders can actually be hidden from level 2 using different routes and different order types. Mostly this is going to be done by hedge funds and institutions, people using algorithmic trading, so you don't have to worry too much about it as a new or even intermediate trader, but it is important to know because these manipulation tactics are ones that many new traders fall for. And if you stay tuned for the rest of the video, I'm going to show you exactly how you can actually spot one of these manipulation tactics to kind of avoid falling for their trap and to actually get on the right side of the trade. But anyway, with that being said, the other thing that is going to kind of go hand in hand with the level 2 is what is known as the time and sales. The time and sales is going to show you real-time data of each transaction made in the market. So anytime you buy or sell a stock, as soon as that order is filled, it's going to be displayed on the time and sales. Again, not only for yourself, but for any other trader that is watching the time and sales for that specific stock. Now, unlike level 2, like I just mentioned, things can be manipulated, but with the time and sales, every single trade, no matter what, is going to be shown on the time and sales. There's no way that it can be hidden, or no way that it can be manipulated by hedge funds, by institutions, or by anyone for that matter. So because of that, when you pair the level 2 and the time and sales together, that's where you can really get a full story of the price action, and that's when you're really going to kind of set yourself up for success when it comes to reading that price action and basing your trades off of it. Now, to break down the time and sales a little bit further, you can see that this is actually broken up into 3 main sections. First, it's going to tell you the time, and that is of course just the exact time of the transaction as soon as it was processed. And then you're going to have last, which is the last price of the most recent transaction. And then over on the far right, you're going to have the size, and that is going to be the number of shares that were traded in the transaction. So again, like I briefly mentioned already, to get the full story of the price action, you want to make sure that you're pairing the level 2 and the time and sales together. And when you do that together, these are collectively referred to as the tape. And if you've been trading for a little while, you've probably heard people talking about tape reading. And in my opinion, tape reading is probably one of, if not the single most valuable skill that any trader can possibly have. And the reason for that is because it allows you to see exactly what's going on with the stock's price action in real time. And that's going to put you at a big advantage over someone that's just using lagging indicators, for example, like a moving average or Bollinger Bands. And the reason that those are considered lagging indicators is because they're using past data, and when you're looking at the tape, it's telling you exactly what's happening at the very moment rather than using past data. And again, there are many different ways that you can read the tape, and there are many things that you want to look for. Ultimately, a lot of that is going to be saved for a future video because it can get a little bit complex. I do, of course, talk about it in much more detail on my website, but just to give you an idea of some of the ways that you can use the tape, I do have an example here of what are known as hidden orders. So first and foremost, hidden orders are just large orders on the bid or on the ask that are hidden from level 2. So to give you an idea of how you may spot a hidden order, for example, let's say that you see on the level 2 there is an order to buy 100 shares of the stock at $5. However, because you're reading the tape and you're looking at the level 2 and the time and sales at the same time, over on the time and sales, you see thousands and thousands of shares being traded at $5, but that same 100 share bid at $5 is still there and hasn't budged from level 2. In this example, that tells you that there is obviously somebody buying much more than 100 shares at $5, even though they only want you to think there are 100 shares being bought. So you can use that information to pretty safely assume that there is quite a bit of demand at $5, even though a lot of it is being hidden from level 2. So if you're still a little bit confused, bear with me for a moment because I have a screen recording here that should actually clear some things up. In this example, we actually have a hidden seller. So you're going to see on the ask over on the right side of the level 2, which can be found right over here, you're going to see an order at 234 that's pretty small, and at the same time over here on the time and sales, you're going to see thousands and thousands of shares that were traded at 234 with the same small order on the ask not budging from the level 2. And in that case, you can obviously assume that there is somebody selling a lot more than they're showing at 234, and all of that hidden supply is ultimately going to drive the stock's price down. So I'm going to go ahead and play this screen recording here, and we'll skim through it just to show you exactly what we're looking for and exactly what I mean by a hidden seller. Now, right off the bat, keep in mind that 234 is the price that we're going to see the hidden seller at. So you want to make sure that you're looking at the size of how many shares are being sold at 234 and comparing it to how many shares are actually being traded at 234. And right now we have 500 shares being sold at 234, and we've already seen thousands and thousands of shares that were traded just now at 234. And playing this a little bit further, you're going to see the same thing continue to happen over and over until ultimately the selling takes over and starts to push the price lower. So we're seeing hundreds more already. Briefly, the stock price is breaking out above that 234, but it comes right back down below it, and now we're actually going to see some hidden selling take over. Okay, so right there again, there's thousands and thousands of shares that were already traded at 234, with still a very small order just being placed at 234. So that should already tell you that they're selling more than they're showing. And if we keep playing this, you're going to see more and more shares again at 234. There's a couple hundred more. A bunch more there, and more and more and more. And we still have small orders over here on the 234 ask. A bunch more coming in at 234. So at this point, if you're watching the tape in real time, you should be able to see that there is somebody definitely selling a lot more than they want to show at 234. And if you happen to be in a long position at the time, that would probably be a red flag and would tell you that you want to get out of the position and either lock in your profits or cut your losses. And if you were just watching this and you didn't have any position, that would be a good indicator to actually go ahead and short sell so you can profit from that supply and profit from the stock coming back down in the future. And if I go ahead and fast forward through the rest of this recording, you can see that the supply definitely did take over and the stock pretty much faded all the way back down to, about $2 per share after it was just trading in the 230s not long ago. So I hope this video was helpful to you if you're someone that's brand new to trading and you're just getting started with level 2 in time and sales. If you enjoyed, please make sure to give the video a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on future videos. And if you'd like to take your education a step further and learn about day trading, swing trading, and even long-term investing, as well as have access to our exclusive market resources in our trading chat room with over 1,000 active traders, all of that can be found at my website, Master the Market, which will be the first link down below in the description. Anyway, thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and good luck with your trading.